Welcome to the online course induction video. We recommend that you take time to view this video before commencing your studies. This video, along with the Getting Started steps, contains some important information relating to your studies and how to get started. When you're finished watching this video, use the link on your enrolment letter to access your Getting Started information and follow steps 1 through to 8 to learn how to operate and interact with your new student portal. Thank you and congratulations for choosing to train with Queensland Marine Training Services. We hope you enjoy your time with us and achieve your study and career goals. On screen, you will see your personal trainer, Nev Willis, and he will be here to help you for the duration of your studies. If you have any questions or problems that you need assistance with, he may be contacted by phone or email or text. As he is our head trainer, he may be training, so will not be able to answer the telephone on some days. But if your query is urgent, please send a text or an email and he will get back to you as soon as possible. My name is Brooke Willis, and as you have completed your enrolment, there is a chance that you have already interacted with myself or one of our other administration staff. Colleen and Sarah make up the rest of our admin team, and the three of us are always on hand to assist you with your enrolment fees or any other administration issues you may face. Please contact our administration office and speak to one of us whenever you experience any problems. We are also here to help with your student portal if at any stage you experience any difficulties when studying. In addition to Nev, we have 4 other trainer assessors who will be helping with the marking and delivering of our programs. Craig, Steve, Chris and David. These gentlemen have both maritime and training backgrounds and will also be here to help guide you in your studies. Please be aware that you have 12 months to complete your course studies from the day of your enrolment. There is only one mandatory requirement for attendance, and that is the final practical and oral assessment day. Otherwise, your attendance is up to you. During the 12-month enrolment, we run 10 4-week training blocks. You may choose to attend any one of these blocks on offer. The block does not have to be attended as a whole, and if there are only a certain number of units you wish to sit in on, this can be arranged. The focus of our program is flexibility designed to fit around your lifestyle, family commitments, and your work rosters. With this flexibility comes responsibility, and you are responsible for your own study program. Queensland Marine Training Services has developed a comprehensive set of instructions to guide you through setting up, configuring, and using your new student portal. These instructions can be accessed from the link in your confirmation enrolment email. Once you have followed step 1 and ensured that your computer is set up for the portal, you may then log in for the first time. Once logged in, the rest of the steps will help you to navigate your way through the student portal and help you to familiarise yourself with where things are located within your online learning environment. These steps will also take you through the how-tos for completing assessments and uploading completed assessments for marking. If you are having any trouble understanding the instructions, please remember the staff and trainers are always on hand to help. The training block timetable is the same every month, and a copy of this can be found in your student portal. The blocks run for 4 weeks and are only run on weekdays. The days may change slightly due to public holidays, however, the schedule should remain the same. Under each unit session, you will notice that the unit codes are colour-coded to a particular qualification. For example, the purple course units correspond with MED Grade 3. This colour coding will hopefully make it clear who should be attending each session. The first week of the 4 weeks will cover engineering. Moving on to week 2, we cover environment, legislation and seamanship. As you can see, MEDs will finish their training on the Monday of this week. Coxswain Grade 1 and Grade 2, Master 24s and Master 35s continue to train for the remainder of the week. During week 3, the Tuesday consists of practical manoeuvring and seamanship sessions, which are indicated by the blue background, and is the final day for Coxswain Grade 2. The rest of the week is spent doing navigation and finishes with a final practical assessment day for Coxon Grade 1s. Week 4 is purely for Master 24s and 35s and covers advanced navigation, stability and radar. The final practical assessment will take place towards the end of the week and could fall on either the Thursday or Friday. Please be aware that if your training block falls when a public holiday occurs, then the days of the training timetable will move slightly, but all content will be taught in the same order. If a holiday does occur, this will all be depicted on the timetable schedule for the training block. When it is necessary to change the timetable, students will be advised by email and if possible in class. Generally, we do try to avoid altering the timetable, but on occasions this might be unavoidable and proper notification will be given. We recommend the following 2 reference books to help you with your studies, but it is not compulsory to buy these and it is entirely up to you whether you purchase them. The Small Ships Manual can no longer be purchased as a hard copy, but is available on request from QMTS as a PDF file. The Australian Boating Manual is also available for purchase from QMTS, and it is a hardcover book by Dick Gandy and costs $100. These books are also available from most chandleries. Moving on to assessments. You have enrolled in a competency-based training program and you will be assessed as either satisfactory or not yet competent. If you have assessments that are marked not yet competent, they must be resubmitted and you must make any adjustments on your marked submission without deleting original answers or any of the original marker's comments. By resubmitting your assessments in this manner, it will allow the assessor to compare your original answer with your resubmitted answer. Failure to do so will have your assessment marked wrong. Please be aware that you will only be allowed 3 submissions for each assignment. If you are still not competent after the second resubmit, you will fail the unit of competency and be required to re-enroll at an additional cost. It is important to understand that assessments are set with the expectation that you use the QMTS learning guides and other resources provided to help guide you through to the correct responses. Please do not rely on previous experience, as this has been found to not always provide the correct information or answers. The courses are designed to enhance knowledge and provide the resources required for your studies. We understand that you will not always get the correct answers the first time, but to give yourself the best chance at this, please ensure that you are making good use of the resources provided. There are a number of ways in which you may be assessed. Quizzes, which contain a number of multiple choice, true, false and short answer questions, will make up part of the assessment pieces. The quizzes must be completed using the template provided. It is important to know that this template is a locked Word document and will require a copy of Microsoft Word to complete the quiz. If you are using an Apple Mac or you do not have a copy of Microsoft Office, please see the Getting Started details on how to read and download a copy of MS Word. In addition to the multiple choice short answer questions, there are a number of questions which require some form of mathematical calculation. It is necessary as part of your answer to show all of your work. As an understanding of risk management process is important within the framework of the new legislation, you will be required to undertake a number of risk management projects across the assessment units as well. Picture portfolios will make up another part of your assessment and will require photos to be taken. These photos are required to be uploaded in your assessment submission. To ensure that the pictures are of small enough size, please refer back to the Getting Started webpage and see the additional help at the bottom of the page. A final practical assessment will be required for each qualification, and this will be conducted out of our Brisbane training location on one of our QMTS vessels. Please note that before you can attend a practical assessment, it is required that you have either completed 60% of an industry-based taskbook or you have gained 60% of your sea service hours required. Please also ensure that the majority of your assessment items have been submitted before attending a practical session, as this is where each unit will be examined practically, and it is important that you have gained the required knowledge to pass the practical elements through your theory studies. Within your resources, you will find a copy of the Student Assessment Guide relevant to your course. The last page of this guide will show the assessment matrix depicted here. This is where you can see what types of assessment you will be required to complete per unit covered. Each unit will have different assessment items. As you can see, for the Coxon Grade 2 units, different forms of assessment will be completed. For example, MARC 005 will require one written quiz as well as a picture portfolio and a practical assessment, whereas MARI 001 requires 2 written quizzes and a practical assessment. Please use this matrix as a guide to your assessment pieces and to keep track of your studies. QMTS takes cheating and plagiarism very seriously, and any student who is found to be doing this will be excluded immediately from the unit and will be required to re-enroll at an additional cost. We do not discourage students from studying in groups, but if you do decide to study with others, please ensure that you are still completing and submitting your own assignments. When planning your studies, please note, as per the student handbook, that some assessment submission and resubmissions can take up to 14 working days to mark. Although this is not normally the case, please allow this allocated time when considering your completion date. Please also note that assessment submissions are also marked in order of receipt, and it is a first in, first marked situation. No marking will be fast-tracked at the request of any individual. Once you have obtained a satisfactory mark for all assessment pieces and each unit has been marked competent, you have completed your studies. For QMTS to be able to issue a certificate, however, you must complete and return an AQTF survey. Once this is returned, certificates can take up to 7 working days to process. The certificate can then either be picked up from our office in Brisbane or we are able to post it to you. Please be aware that under no circumstances are we allowed to email you out your certificate. Please ensure that when you are booking your orals with AMSA, you take into account the assessment and certification guidelines. Fast tracking of marking and issuing of certificates will not be possible for any students, so please wait to book in anything until you have received your certificate from us. Before booking in your orals, it is also a good idea to ensure that you have everything you need completed. In the AMSA guidance notices for each qualification, there is an eligibility criteria checklist, which can be used to check off all items necessary for sitting your orals. Included in this list is C-Service assessment and taskbook completion. Please refer to the NSCV Part D for detailed information on all requirements. If you are completing a taskbook, please note that AMSA will not accept a taskbook signed off by the RTO later than the course completion certificate is dated. So please make sure you have finished and passed all tasks required before your certificate is due to be issued. Thank you once again for choosing QMTS. We wish you all the best with your studies.